if you win the internal war within you and you can conquer the world.
These youth stand at the beginning of a 6-day quest trek. They stand at the beginning of a journey with friends and strangers, with like-minded peers and people from a whole different background. You have to leave the world you know behind. As one of the coaches said, QuestTrek is like a detox from life. For the next days, they will go through a process that is yet unknown to them. With a coach, they will share their story and heal what is damaged. They will learn to take leadership of their life, and they will discover about their talents and their plans for the future. On this first day, we start at the beginning. While they hike up the mountain, they are asked to share their story with their coach group, the story that made them into the person they are today. This is not as easy for them as you might think. There's a lot of shame about their past. For some, this week is the first moment that they share their whole story to someone. On this first day, they have to literally slow down. For some boys, it was a bit uncomfortable. You could sense that they have the will to surrender to the program, but there's still the big question of why. They have not yet experienced the meaning of what they are doing. At this beginning of the week, they all took a moment to choose to be fully committed, because we may lay down the foundation, but it's their choice to make a path and follow it.
Good morning. You make.
I forgot and woke them up at 4:45.
What?
I woke them up like 1 hour earlier.
Are you serious?
Yes, three of the rooms. I was like, it's time to wake up. And this one guy, he comes up and he says, are you supposed to wake up at 5:45? And he stares at me with this one. Oh, I'm sorry.
And when you're all the way in the front, this time you open your hands.
Today, you will explore how this process of trust works in you. For everyone, this is different.
On this day, they experience to trust their own intuition, their own inner wisdom. During this blindfolded walk, some hurried down the road, and others were slow and subtle. It might look like an easy exercise, but once the road gets harder, do you trust the one that guides you? And can you let go of control?
Left. Yes. Straight. खुल्किलो. Yes. अझ एउटा अझै बिस्तारै राइटमा. Yes. Stop. अर्को खुल्किलो. बिस्तारै जाम त अगाडि. यति त होला नि. ल अब फुकाउनु.
At the age of 17, after finishing high school, one of the boys heard from his dad that from now on he would have to do it all alone in his life. His own dad took his hands off him and left him by himself. This was so hurtful for him and had a major impact on trust in others. Before you can change your steps, you have to heal what is damaged. You have to accept and embrace your background. These youth may not have gotten the best cards in life so far, but it's important that they do not let it determine their future. Even though they have not been granted a lot of privileges, they become aware of the privileges they have been given. And then there's space for transformation.
Please take one step forward if your parents told you you could be anything you wanted to be.
एक पाइला अगाडि सर्नुस् यदि तपाईको आमा बाउले तपाईलाई जे
Why is trust such an important topic?
Trust is something that gives the inner motivation for the person. So for the youth, it might, for some, like, trust is a big issue for themselves, to trust for themselves and also to trust the people.
I want to be dive into confidence and fearless. Now guys, ready? Yes! Yes! Ready? Yes!
I want to dive to overcome my fear of doing anything. Okay. What comes in the way of mine. Okay. Are you guys ready?
Yes! Really?
Okay.
Are you guys ready?
Yes!
I'm trustworthy. I trust my friends, and I share all the things in front of my friends. So if he really knew my feelings, if he truly knew my feelings, then my friend also can trust me, I think so.
Do you hear that? This is the sound of 10 youth waking up in silence. After reflecting on the things that give them strength in life, they will walk in silence for the rest of the day.
मम्मी आमा अनि म अब मम्मी नै मेरो अब पहिलो स्ट्रेन्थ गिभर हैन जसले चाहिँ मलाई हरेक कुरामा साहस दिने हैन अब साहस दिने अब उहाँको साथ पाए भने नि म धेरै अगाडि बढ्न सकिन्छ भने आफूलाई एउटा गर्व फिल हुने हैन अब विदाउट मम आई एम नथिङ भने जस्तो के मम्मी बिना म कोही हैन भने जस्तो हैन अब जति दिन भयो नि जति वर्ष भयो भने उहाँको साथ पायो भने चाहिँ म हरेक कुरालाई चाहिँ इजिली फेस गर्न सक्छु त्यो चाहिँ मेरो एउटा कन्फिडेन्ट हैन
I want to be a like son who never touch it, and I want to give light to everyone's who are in rural areas.
Like all of us, these youth have a story. They come from challenged backgrounds and feel limited by their past. Society can judge them because of their history and the current situation. Some are afraid to go out of their home and move into the society. And they wonder, do they stand a chance? What will become of themselves? One of them shared that he has never told his story to his friends, just because he was afraid of their reactions and their judgments. On this day of silence, they make a choice. They choose for a different future and let go of the story and fears that are attached to their past. They take the lead over their life and choose to think of dreams and possibilities instead of limitations. And this is such a courageous thing to do.
In front of this holy fire, I want to get rid of two habits. One of them is habit of procrastination, and another is habit of being in comfort zone.
The fear of I'm not able to make my fear clear answer.
I really want to live behind my past, which was full of problem and sorrow. I want that will not repeat it again to my life.
After focusing on the past and accepting and embracing your story, there's space to look ahead. This day, there's a new focus on the future. During the day hike, I gave my camera to one of the boys, and his images show so well how much relief there is in the group. They walk with joy and playfulness, and they support each other on this last mountain to climb.
One by one. Yes. Okay. 2 hours. 2 hours.
Adventure.
How do you feel, guys?
Yeah, very good. Our hungerness is gone, so
we are feeling good. And I also feel good. एकदमै रमाइलो बसेर भयो त्यति बेला
Okay. Stop.
पछि कसरी गरिरहेछ यहाँनिर
I'm feeling tired.
Yeah.
To walk in the nature is so powerful. Because of all the space around you, you feel so much space within yourself. There's the freedom to just be. One of these boys was sold by his own family to a bank manager when he was just a kid. Another boy was moved from child home to child home during his childhood and always judged as the slow kid because he did not know the language or the customs. Because of the past days, they became able to dream. They let go of the labels and limiting beliefs that have impacted them so far. They feel the freedom to imagine a future, and they discover that they can lead a meaningful life. And it doesn't stay with dreaming. They visualize the steps that they have to take to reach their aims. The power of the word is so important here. Speaking out your dreams, your talents and your aims makes you able to realize these dreams. By doing this, they make the courageous step to take leadership over their own life.
Life is all about the piles of choices. So I wish the best choice for me also in 5 years. So in the upcoming 5 years, I will have graduated in computer engineering degree, and I will become CDO of my village, in my district. Chief District Officer.
In 5 years, I want to be a veterinary doctor, and I want to start my own business, like farm, like organic food cultivation, apple farming.
In 5 years, I want to be a officer in India.
I want to be a writer.
In 5 years, I will be a very good businessman.
On this day, we descend back into normal life. During the long walk down, the questers think about the next steps that they will take. They will think about the next challenges, the people on whom they can rely, and how they can implement what they have learned during the QuestTrek.
Galthum. It's nearby Melamchi, but like it comes before Melamchi. And the walk for today is all the way downhill. Right?
Are you ready, Shrai? Yeah! Last day!
Life will be difficult after QuestTrek, because their circumstances are not changed, but their inner world has. Changing your reality starts with changing your inner reality. The youth slowly start creating and taking steps to a different future. A future of possibilities. One quester shared that when he was a kid, he was not allowed to enter his friend's home just because of his background. And this was a story that has been impacting him till now. But during the QuestTrek, he shifted his focus. He decided that the stigmas of society, his background and his fears will not touch his self-worth anymore. And this makes that he will be resilient to what will happen, and he's able to not let the current situation or his past determine his identity and his future. Once everyone has arrived at the last stop, it's time to make things concrete. They write down all things that they have learned in one personal development plan. They list their strengths, their talents, what fears they have left behind, their 5-year plan, and what their future challenges might be. The last night is about celebrating who you are. They show their true being in front of the group, and they share from the heart. And in this night, there's no holding back anymore.
The question is, what do you want to share from your heart? And I will be putting the talking stick in the middle.
If we sincerely scan ourselves, there is a great hero inside each of us. The main success of life doesn't lie in living a luxurious life, but in bringing out that great hero. We all have own gifts, so focus on your gifts, work on that.
Wish go back to your place more simple than this cause of the other party's mass in the present, and of the glitz and the glam in the present, and of the pandemonium and the madness.
Day 6. A day of mixed emotions. There's sadness and excitement. The youth and the team show their appreciation to each other. For the youth, this is something unusual to do, but it's so good to let each other know how important a friendship is and what you value about each other. The organization does not let go of the youth. They start a full year of training, support and coaching. They receive guidance to continue on the path that they would choose to walk on. The youth have gained so much, but it's time to go back into society. We send them away, but the youth are not left alone. On QuestTrek, they have found their inner strength, and they have learned to walk together.
It's done, guys!
Yes, we did it! Yes!
The things my family did. I am not the voices in my head. I am not the pieces of the brokenness inside. I am light. I am light. things that cause me pain. I am not the pieces of the dream I left behind. I am light. 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 Yeah. I am light. I am light. I am not the color of my eyes. I